Government officials in Bristol said that their city was too multicultural to celebrate St. George's Day, England's version of the 4th of July. Except that it's nothing like the 4th of July, because for the last 2 decades, the English have been endlessly lectured about how displaying their own flag is racist, meaning that the only people who dare display it now are drunk soccer fans and actual racists. The council said that displaying the flag may be seen as racist towards non-English people. And to be fair,
according to their own government website, minorities make up 16% of the population. That's if their government's telling the truth, so I don't know what Paul is talking about.
England is a very racist and intolerant country, so it's only right that we should be ashamed of our own heritage. I mean, we only import 300,000 net immigrants every single year and give them immediate access to free welfare, social housing, and all manner of other benefits. How fucking racist is that? We're so intolerant that we tolerate Islamic hate preachers calling for homosexuals and women to be stoned to death, while arresting Brits who criticise Muslim immigration on Twitter. We're so intolerant that while banning the English flag, we allow Islamists to walk around the Houses of Parliament draped in the ISIS flag. While
this man is literally delusional. Let's see what his own leader, David Cameron, has to say.
I want to send my best wishes to everyone celebrating St. George's Day. Up and down the country, including right here in Downing Street, the flag of St. George is flying high, and celebrations, from the archaic to the eccentric, are taking place.
Arresting Brits who read out Winston Churchill quotes in public. We're so intolerant that we don't arrest Pakistani rape gangs while they're sex trafficking children to avoid being called politically incorrect.
I hate to break it to you, Paul, but your political system and justice system and prison system is corrupt, as you can see by the examples you've already given.
While flying Pakistani flags over town halls to celebrate their National Day. We're so intolerant that we make taxpayers foot the bill for Al-Qaeda propagandists to live in £1 million mansions rent-free.
Paul, haven't you been keeping up with Infowars? Western governments fund terrorist organizations to destabilize other governments to put in puppet regimes, which we know has been true throughout history. And maybe you should join these guys in protesting the Pakistani flag. I mean, your government does pay the money.
Look, we're reasonable people and we'll accept your argument. But discuss what's on a rational level, okay? Understand what we're saying. We're not here to cause trouble with you.
No.
We're not here to aggravate you.
No.
We're here to talk about the reality of Pakistan. Is Pakistan a democratic state or not?
Brother, why today?
I ask you about Allah.
Why today?
It's Pakistan, because it's Pakistan Independence Day.
Yes. Come tomorrow, come tomorrow.
No, we're going to come today.
Yeah, no, come tomorrow.
And we're going to come on Bangladesh Independence Day. Pakistan! Pakistan!
While arresting Brits who plan to attend Draw Mohammed events. This is by no means the first time that the English flag has been characterised as a racist symbol by our own government officials. Back in 2013, the local council in Radstock, Somerset, refused to display the St. George's Cross because it may have offended the town's 16 Muslim residents. During the 2010 World Cup, council employees in Bolton were banned from flying the flag, quote, over fears they could be deemed racist. In 2009, Labour-run Sandwell Council withdrew funding for a St. George's Day parade, citing fears that it might attract far-right elements.
Man, the longer this video gets, the better it gets. Wait till the ending.
In Plymouth, a patriotic festival. In London, a great feast in Trafalgar Square. In Leicester, a medieval reenactment. And in Worcestershire, an annual asparagus run to welcome the new harvest. St. George has been England's patron saint since 1350, but for too long his feast day, England's national day, has been overlooked. Today, though, more and more people are coming together on or around April the 23rd, eager to celebrate everything it is to be English.
What makes this even more absurd is that they asked a Muslim community leader in Bristol if he was offended by the English flag. Listen to his response. To say that Muslims are offended, I don't think is correct. We understand the flag is part of this country's heritage, and in fact many Muslims will identify as being British themselves. Once again, it's white middle-class leftists getting offended on behalf of Muslims. This is the bigotry of low expectations. They think that Muslims are so irrational and weak-minded that they would wet the bed if they saw a red cross on a piece of white material. How demeaning is that? Ask yourself, would bureaucrats in any other country in the world behave like this? To be afraid of displaying their own flag on their own national day? Imagine Bastille Day without the tricolor. Imagine Cinco de Mayo without the Mexican flag. We're literally being told that our own flag, under which millions of foreign immigrants have been given the opportunity to reside in our country, is a symbol of racism. Our own local governments are censoring St. George, somebody who protected Christians against Muslim attacks in the 3rd century. While
I really feel sorry for Paul Joseph Watson. I think he really needs to study Islam. No, I know he needs to study Islam and find out the truth, because St. George was around he was 280, the year 280, and he died April 23rd. Let me check just to be sure. 303. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, didn't come to the 7th century, so he's off by a few centuries. So as you can clearly see, when Alex Jones, Paul Joseph Watson, other people talk about Islam, majority of the time they have no idea what they're talking about.
While European governments import millions of Muslim migrants, some of whom see the refugee crisis as an opportunity to enact jihad by emigration.
Wait a moment. He used a Russian Today clip. I get to use a Russia Today clip showing the St. George Day parade from this year.
سنخصبهم وسوف ننزل وسوف ننجب منهم لأننا سوف نفتح بلادهم.
While political leaders in neighboring countries openly celebrate the demographic suicide of their own population.
Unsere Stadt wird sich radikal verändern. Ich bin der Auffassung, dass wir in 20, 30 Jahren gar keine ethnischen Mehrheiten mehr haben in unserer Stadt. Ich sage Ihnen noch ganz deutlich, gerade hier in Richtung rechts, das ist gut so.
This guy's a conservatarian contrarian when it comes to getting married, yet these refugees come in and they can get married. I mean, that's what happens when you live in Prison Planet. That's kind of sad, Paul.
Is it really a surprise that right-wing political parties are sweeping to victory across the continent when our own governments brazenly denounce our own flag as a hate symbol while vowing to make us a minority in our own country? How would citizens of any other country in the world feel about that? Imagine if Brazilians were suddenly told that their flag was a hateful piece of shit and that they were going to be supplanted by Chinese people. Yet this happens in England, it happens in Germany, and we just sit back and accept it because we're so racist and intolerant.
As you can see, he lied about Muslims, Islamic history. He doesn't even know when the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, appeared in history. And the following clips will shatter his narrative he has.
Because no matter how great we are alone, we will always be greater together. So once again, to everyone across England, I'd like to wish you a very happy St. George's Day.
We celebrate St. George's Day because it's our patron saint, and it's obviously a day for English people, for English culture, and just to celebrate Englishness really.